making a visual novel, but not just any visual novel, a psychological horror visual novel. Why? Because I can. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Puddles, and I've decided to do what any already overwhelmed creative would do, and that is add another project to my fragile flaming schedule. Yep, on top of my current webtoon and brand new comic I'm secretly working on, I've started developing a visual novel. The idea actually came to me a couple months ago while I was in a bit of a slump with my webcomic, Alice the Vampire Slayer, which you can read on Webtoon by the way. It hit me that I've only really released one of my creative projects out into the world. Meanwhile, I've got so many others just sitting in folders, stuff I'm really excited to share but haven't had the time. I've got book ideas, side comics, video game concepts, more webtoons, even an animated series, but here's the kicker, I'm just one person. So logically, in the middle of my existing burnout, I decided to light a fresh creative flame under myself and finally start one of my game ideas. Working title, Memories of You. It's a psychological horror visual novel, and yes, it's gonna be weird. Now, I've never made a video game before. At least, I don't think I have, but how hard could it possibly be? Okay, yeah, it's pretty hard. So, with my infinite wisdom, and by wisdom I mean blind chaos, I dove right in. No tutorials, no guides, no plan. Did I write a script first, like a normal person? Absolutely not. Who do you think I am? I started with code. Yep, code. I figured how hard can it be making a branching psychological horror narrative with creepy sound design, art, and timed dialogue? Turns out hard. The engine I'm using after some light speed googling is RenPy. RenPy is kind of the go-to software for visual novels, like it's what games like Doki Doki Literature Club were made with. So if I mess this up, at least I'll be in good company. Now, RenPy is technically pretty beginner-friendly, by my standards anyway. But the systems I want to add, like an inventory system and a whole postcard mechanic, yeah, those made me lose my mind. Okay, let me dial it back. So here's the story. You play as Alex. Yes, I'm aware that half of my main characters across multiple projects are named something starting with A, don't at me. You, Alex, wake up in a hospital with absolutely no memories of what happened before. Ooh, mysterious, right? And I know, totally original. But hear me out. So Alex has no memories. Classic setup. The doctor in Act 1 suggests that she return to her hometown, maybe being around familiar places and people will help her remember. It's gonna be a painful process, they say, but you're worth it. Aww. As you go about the town talking to NPCs, reconnecting with old friends, you start receiving postcards. Technically, you already received a few earlier in Act 0 to introduce you to the system. 3 of them are from people you know. They usually talk about the past, what Alex was like, what you used to do together, and the version of you they remember. And then there's the 4th one. It's always anonymous, it's always deeply personal, and whoever's writing it, they know things they shouldn't. They also seem very, very interested in your every choice, because yeah, every choice in Memories of You matters. Like, actually matters. I'm so tired of games pretending to offer choices, only to funnel you into the same ending with slightly different dialogue. Looking directly at you, Telltale's The Walking Dead, You Too Life is Strange, I see you. If I say I want to burn a bridge, I want nuclear fallout, not passive-aggressive geek speak and a they'll remember that message in the corner. Why even have that if it doesn't do anything? It's your job to help Alex remember, and decide who she becomes, because no matter what, Alex won't be the same person she was before the accident. The game asks a simple but terrifying question: who are we if we have no memories of who we were before? A clean slate, a new beginning. But not everyone wants her to change. The 4th person, the one sending you those anonymous postcards, they're not a friend. They're always watching, always judging, not based on who you are, but who they think Alex used to be, who they think she should be. And the further you stray from that image, the more hostile they become. Which is why collecting Alex's memories really isn't optional, because if you miss too many, interact with the wrong people, you might uncover a version of Alex who you don't recognize or want to be. But here's the thing. The accident that wiped Alex's memories, it was not an accident. Someone planned it, but by who? One of your 3 friends? Or the stalker who knows you too well? I've already started working on Act 0, part of my planned 0 to 5 act structure as it's been. And it's been interesting. So far I've written over 800 lines of code, just setting up core mechanics and early branching choices, and maybe, just maybe, there's a secret ending or two hidden there already. For the main story, I'm planning on 3 possible endings. A good ending, which is the classic slasher movie vibes. The stalker is caught, justice is served, closure, maybe. Medium ending, it's not really resolved, open-ended, quietly unsettling. You close the game, but the story lingers. It's like a cliffhanger. And the bad ending, not spoiling it, just know it's worse than you think. Think like psychological damage bad. One thing I really wanted to include in this game was a romance angle. Now, none of the main 3 friends are romanceable. There's history with them, sure, but it's complicated and not like that. But there is one NPC you can get close to, a kind, soft-spoken woman who really wants to help Alex figure things out and maybe become something more if you let it. That said, I completely understand not everyone wants that kind of content in a psychological horror story, so the romance route is entirely optional. If you choose to just stay friends or not engage at all, the story still makes complete sense and you won't miss key content. I just wanted to include that layer of emotional complexity, especially in a game about identity, intimacy, and trust. Plus, who doesn't like a little queer horror? I think one of my biggest strengths as a writer is crafting character-driven moments, so a visual novel felt like a perfect fit. Now, if only I had more time to juggle 3 creative projects at once and still keep up with my YouTube. And you might be wondering, why are you making a game? Why put this on yourself? Why? Why do it, Puddles? Is it just me scratching that creative itch, or, well, kind of, yeah. But also, I want this to be profitable. An artist wanting to get paid? Blasphemy. But seriously, I know this is my first game, and that means I haven't earned your trust yet, at least as a game developer. So I'm not gonna slap a high price tag on it and say, trust me, it's good. Instead, I'm thinking of releasing Acts 0 to 3 for free and keeping Acts 4 to 5 as paid content. That way you get to actually play a big chunk of the game first, so you can see the story, experience the mechanics, meet the characters, and decide for yourself if it's worth it. And if you know me from Alice the Vampire Slayer on Webtoon, you already know that I kind of overthink everything, from psychological subtext to tiny character interactions, to custom vampire subspecies with their own rules. I have so many notes, I cannot keep up with it all, so most of it is locked in my mind, unfortunately. Like logistics and such. So yeah, if you're gonna get my best, even in the free acts. I just wanted there to be a reason, an earned reason for you to actually want to support the game once you are in. Just to reiterate, I am one person. I know this game, this big ambitious story, will take a long time to develop, but my stories are worth telling. And honestly, only letting myself focus on one project at a time has been holding me back. I want to create more, and I want to share more content with you, because when I'm 100 years old, I don't want to look back and say, I only ever released 2 comics. I want to say I told the stories I was meant to tell. And that's where I'm at so far with development. I'm currently working on other character sprites, and I'm almost halfway through Act 0. I really like psychological horror, and it lets me explore the darker side of storytelling, which fascinates me. There's something powerful about delving into the inner workings of the human mind and twisting it just right to reveal truths about who we really are. I took a psychology class for one reason only, guys. I suffered for you. And that's the heart of the game, and I can't wait to share it with you. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for sticking around till the very end. If you liked this video and want to see more content just like it and stay in the loop, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. That way you'll never miss when I upload something new. And if you want even more content, in the meantime, I upload bi-weekly for my comic Alice the Vampire Slayer on Webtoon. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.